Today we're going to show you how to change the shock absorbers on your washer. It's an easier job than you might think. All we're going to need is a 1/4-inch nut driver, maybe a flat blade screwdriver, a pair of pliers, a 1/2-inch deep socket, and maybe a small hammer. Let me show you how we do it. Now the washer that we've chosen to do this repair on is actually a stack unit, and we've removed the dryer just to make it a little easier to access, and we've elevated it to give you a better view of how we do this repair. Now the first step will be to disconnect the power supply. Simply pull the plug. Next we're going to remove 2 screws, the lower access panel. Just let the access panel drop down. There's 2 pins that hold it in place on the top. The shocks are located on either side. There is a plastic pin that holds them in place. So we need to first of all remove those pins, and they actually have a little locking tab on the end of them. We need to depress that first. Now you can either do that with a flat blade screwdriver, or you can utilize that 1/2-inch socket, push it over the end of it to press that locking tab in out of the way. Now that we have the locking tab depressed and the pin pushed partway through the holder, we can reach in with our pliers and pull it the rest of the way out. And we need to do that both top and bottom of the shock. Pull it out and discard the old one. Now when we're ready to reinstall the new shock, we'll put the metal portion towards the tub or up. And you'll also take note that there's a plastic bushing in here that has a shoulder on one side and none on the other. When we put this in, we'll want to make sure that the pin comes in from the shouldered side of that bushing. Just want to make sure that they protrude all the way through so that the locking tab engages. Now the shock on the right-hand side is identical procedure to replace it. There's just one small obstruction in the way here. There's a air dome tube that needs to be removed and just pushed out of the way so you can gain access to that pin. So with your pliers you can take hold of that clamp, squeeze it, pull it up off of that. Slide the air dome tube out of the way and do the same procedure. Then we're ready to put the front panel back on. Make sure the 2 locator pins are in place. Now we're ready to reconnect the power and our repair is complete.